Craig Blake with the Northern Ohio PGA, and we're at Canterbury Golf Club, host of 5 U.S. championships, one of the only courses in the country to do so. I'm here with Rob Moss, our section champion. Congratulations on your rounds, Rob.
Thanks, Craig.
You had a 70 on the first day, 68 on the second, and a 72 today, put you 3 under par for the championship. First day, we had really wet conditions. We actually had to suspend play after 10 holes for you. How did those wet conditions affect your first 10 holes?
Well, we started, a lot of times you don't start events playing in the rain, but we had a steady rain throughout the day, and even warming up, we had full rain gear on and all our rain gloves and everything else, so I knew it was going to be a tough, long day, and pars would be a premium. And I was fortunate enough to a good start on the front 9, and turned in 1 under par with that weather, and ended up making a par on 10, and then the horn blew, and we came in for the rest of the day, and it might have been a pretty good break, because what happened is they washed play for the rest of that day, and we resumed our position the next day, and the weather was beautiful Tuesday and Wednesday, the last 2 days. So it might have been a good break, only having to play 10 holes in that weather for me.
Exactly, and probably during your practice rounds, the conditions were firm and fast, and that probably wasn't necessarily the case when you resumed play on Tuesday, was it?
No, it wasn't. Even during the first round on Monday during the rain, the place was much softer than when we had seen it a week prior. And then, but I got to tell you, Canterbury drained exceptionally well. That second round, finishing the first round on Tuesday morning, I didn't see any casual water anywhere. The fairways were much softer and kind of much easier to hit because the ball was just kind of hitting and stopping. But the course was in terrific condition, and it drained so well that outside of it being a little softer, everything else was terrific.
And coming into today's final round, you had a sizable lead over eventual runner-up Mitch Fleming. Did you kind of approach the game a little tentatively through your first 9 holes?
I did, and I made a point to try to stay focused and stay in somewhat of an aggressive mode. I'm a much better player when I am kind of trying to make things happen rather than sitting back and kind of playing tentatively. And I found myself a couple times throughout the front 9 falling in that lapse where I had some really good birdie opportunities, and I'm leaving the putt short and just kind of easing it up there, and a couple tee shots where I really didn't freely swing at. I'm kind of staring it out there. And as a result, I shot a couple over on the front, made 7 pars and 2 bogeys, and Mitch had a good front 9 and cut the lead to 2, staying on the 10th tee. And I talked to my caddy Brian, and kind of said, all right, game's on, let's go, we got to start playing a little here. And I was fortunate, 2 really good shots on 10 and made a birdie there from about 10 feet. Hit a good shot on 11 where I missed it from about 8 feet, and then on 12 I hit probably my best drive of the week, hit a sand wedge in there at about 3 feet and made birdie. So making birdies on 10 and 12 there in the back 9 kind of calmed me down, and got my focus back. I did make a few squirrely swings on 13, 14, 15 I wasn't too proud of, but ended up making a couple pars and a bogey through that stretch, and then got the 16th tee, and I think I had about a 4-shot lead at the time, and wanted to stay focused. Obviously it wasn't over, there was still a lot of golf left, and hit 3 of my best shots of the day, probably driver 3 with a sand wedge up there to 5-6 feet, and I ended up missing that putt. But hitting those solid shots kind of kept me calm again, and I was able to bring it home down the stretch. So.
You made a nice shot on 17 with your 2 hybrid, put it pretty close, and were able to knock into birdie, and that pretty much did everything but seal the victory for you. So that must have felt nice that you were on your way to your 3rd straight section championship, the 3-peat. We don't know if that's ever been done before. Our records go back to 1974, and no one's ever won 3, let alone 3 in a row. So that's very impressive. And those qualify for the Club Pro this year. It's in Oregon. And how do you plan to use all your experience in section events to prepare you for that?
Well, like you said, the National Club Pro will be in June of 2013 out in Oregon. I'm looking forward to that. I hear it's a spectacular golf course, spectacular facility. I've had the fortunate opportunity to play in probably half a dozen or more National Club Pros now, and I've had some success at a few, and I'm just going to continue to lean on that and continue to work hard on my game. I'm 43 now, and I'm not getting any younger, but every year I feel like I'm getting better and better. Worked very hard on my game with Mike Heisterkamp, a local PGA professional here and a good friend of mine, and the things we implemented 3 years ago, we've worked with this our 3rd season, are starting to take effect, and I really feel like I'm getting a little better control of my golf swing and my golf game, and I'm just going to keep working on those keys that I know have helped me achieve some success, and continue to do the little things, work on my short game, and see what happens. You never know, golf's a funny game, but I sure hope to be playing my best next June at the National.
And you've qualified at the National Club Pro to go on to the PGA Championship. Wishing Straits was your most recent. And what's your goal going to be going into Oregon?
Well, you know, I've played in a good number of them, and obviously the first goal is to make a cut out there, because when you have 312 players and you cut to 70, it's a pretty fine line. You really got to play good. But if you can get in that top 70, go in the last 36 holes, anything can happen. The top 20 from there go to the PGA. So, you know, I used to just go there and just kind of see what would happen, and then I started thinking about the cut. And I really would like to start focusing on being being competitive to try and win that event. I had the lead back in 2010 at the 36-hole mark and ended up finishing 11th. I was in the top 15 consistently the next year and ended up making the PGA again. Like I said, this year, unfortunately, I missed the cut. But felt like I was playing pretty good going into it. So, you know, I'm going to continue to work on my game, and I hope to go there and contend. You know, that's what we all dream about, and that's what we all hope to do, and that's why we work on our games. But I'd hope to be in contention next year for a shot at winning that title. And, you know, if you do get in that position, obviously more than likely the top 20 will fall your way. But nothing's guaranteed. It's such a great field. There's 312 PGA professionals from around the country, and they're all, you know, talented players. So just to be out there and competing with them is such a treat and a special opportunity.
Well, we hope to see your name at the top of the leaderboard like it was today at the Club Pro Championship in 2013. Congratulations on your victory. Good job out there.